What is going on YouTube? So we have some more X5 action going on here. So I'm going to do a full transmission service and Mechatronic refresh on my buddy's 2010 BMW X5D. So we have everything laid out here. Bridge seal, and these are your valve body sleeves, and then your large Mechatronics connector sealing sleeve. This right here is the ZF part number, and I'll get the part numbers laid out for these sleeves. And this is the actual ZF transmission pan. You know, of course, this is the filter built into it, and it has an integrated gasket as well. And here is the part number for the ZF Mechatronic solenoids, and of course transmission fluid and all that good stuff. So he has all the tools laid out here. So he's already started with the transmission cross member. That's it has to come off to get access to the transmission pan. I think it just makes things a lot easier. You probably could work around it, but I would not suggest it. But anyways, I'll let him tell you guys what you need here.
Alright, so you can use a smaller impact. I just have an adapter to a 3/8 fitting for the sockets and stuff, because this is strong enough. The bolts for the cross member are pretty tight, plus they're going to be a little rusty. So the impact for those, these we may need them to remove the sealing sleeves out of the transmission. This is a 16. It is for the 6 bolts that are on the cross member on the outside, and then I have an 18 for the long bolt that actually goes through the transmission and connects it to the cross member. I have an 8mm, because we have some of these for a pan that's in the bottom. You need to take these out just so you can fold it out of the way to get some of the bolts for the cross member. This will be a 10mm Allen. That is for your drain bolt on the pan. And then this right here is an 8mm Allen. That is your fuel plug, and you need to crack that open first before you do anything, just to make sure you can get it loose. And then this is a T40, and that's for your transmission pan bolts. And then it will also be the, I think there's 10 bolts that hold the valve body to the transmission, and it's the same size. That should be everything. A lot if you need it. And then we also have a fluid transfer pump that we'll use. I've just got it laid over there out of the way because it's kind of dusty down here. But if you're doing it in gravel, obviously you want something for your back. So I've got some padding laid out. But that should be everything we need to get started.
And I think once that cross member is removed, you have to support. Let me see where he's got it supported so I can show you guys. Right here.
Yeah, and you don't have to remove it completely. That 2x4 over top of the jack pad is enough to just support it, and then you can drop it down enough to get to the rear bolts on the pan. So there's plenty of room there.
Okay, so just take your 10mm Allen head and remove the drain plug. Let me try to get an actual shot of it. Oh, there we go. I can see it.
It's got teeth on it. You're not breaking it. It's just kind of like some sort of ratcheting mechanism. Of course, this is not very tight. It's plastic and plastic, so.
Let's just see. Oh, maybe we don't have to.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
There's no color in that at all.
Okay guys, I know BMW says this is lifetime fluid, but ZF themselves, it's their transmission, they do not recommend that. And as you can see, there is nothing that's lifetime, especially when it comes to fluid. Like, this is the life of a transmission right here. And
it smells pretty burnt.
Yeah, it's there's no red tint to that anymore. So take your T40 and start removing your transmission pan bolts.
And these 4 back here are the ones that you have to remove this, or at least drop this brace to get to, because your ratchet will not fit in between it when it's tight. These are super, where it's clamping against plastic, they're super easy to remove.
Yeah, I think the torque spec's like 8 Newton meters, and they can break super easy. So just a heads up, when you guys reinstall your pan, these things need no torque at all. About wrist strength, honestly, is all you need. Okay, this is the last one. Right there, yeah. Let's see.
In the O-ring, so
Yeah.
hopefully I won't have to fight it too much.
Oh, there she goes.
Oops. Sorry, EPA.
Gonna pull down this locking tab here from the valve body, and that's going to release the Mechatronic sealing sleeve. So now we have to unlock it from up top. So here's the black locking collar. So there's a little plastic tab. He's going to push up on it all the way until you feel resistance. It'll actually stop, and then grab the connector and pull it out. Connector is out, so you can take, well, what's really helpful with removing those old sleeves is like an angled pair of needle nose, but the O-rings on those things are usually pretty seized up, so you need something, maybe even a set of locking pliers to grab the old Mechatronic sealing sleeve and pull it out.
Old channel locks, come on.
So we use a set of channel locks to pull this thing out. So with the main Mechatronic connector disconnected, we can actually start removing the valve body bolts, and they are T40s.
So there's one. Also not very tight.
Okay, and before we drop this valve body completely, I want to show you guys this shifting rod right there. So when we go back reinstalling this valve body, we want to make sure that we get that lined up. So there's 3 T40s in the very back that are shorter than the rest. Okay, with the valve body completely out, I just wanted to show you guys this little nub. This is something that we need to focus on when we go back reinstalling the valve body, that we get this aligned up. Okay, to get these solenoids removed, you have this whole like locking retainer plate right here, and all of these are T27s that we need to remove.
These two are a little tricky because of this.
Oh,
Just be careful not to break that.
I had to wipe off my camera because I had transmission fluid smeared all over it.
Shit.
Now how does this go? It should slide up.
I think I'll have to take this loose just to
free up some slack.
yeah.
X5 35Ds use a electronic shifter, so you're going to have this little wiring harness that needs to be loosened up so we can work that retaining plate off. So we're taking out these T27s that actually hold in this black Mechatronics unit. This is what I call the lead frame on the 6R80s because I've worked on those transmissions as well.
So in total it's 2, 4, 6, and 7. Now let's see.
And this whole Mechatronic electronic units, it's held in by these dowel pins right here, so they just slide up off of that. And there we go. Okay, we're gonna pay attention to this and make sure we get that guided back in to the Mechatronic unit.
Okay.
So now, literally just pluck these out. So you're gonna have 2 orange, 2 blue, and then 3 yellow. So these things rarely go bad, but if you guys are already down and doing this job, it's worth taking them out and cleaning these screens if you're just going to reuse your solenoids. But you can see you get screens on the top and all the way around on the sides, and just double check your O-rings, make sure they haven't flattened. So you can look at it from up top and see if the O-rings still protrude, then they're still good. Okay, we just swapped out the old solenoids with the new ones. So now we can go ahead and put this Mechatronic block onto the valve body.
To make sure these pins are lined up first. And you got to make sure this pin goes in here.
Oh, yeah. Much easier to do from the top. So retaining plate.
Make sure these are all good. Cut out goes where the wiring harness is.
Get your long T27s and run them through your valve body to the Mechatronic unit.
See, I think this one is the short one right now. Yeah, the shorter one out of those goes right here.
So right now we're removing the old sealing sleeves out from the transmission.
Obviously you want to be gentle so you don't scratch anything, like stabbing through it with your screwdriver and scratching the inside of the sleeve. Now this feels crunchy.
Brand new bridge seal in place.
Friction fits, but it's not super tight, so you just gotta make sure not to bump that.
Did you say from left to right? Short, short, medium, long?
Yeah, short, short, medium, long.
Okay.
Okay.
And now we can work the valve body back in place.
Damn, this thing's heavy.
Okay. So with that aligned, your valve body bolted back in, and now what we're going to do next before we put the pan on is installing the new Mechatronic connector sealing sleeve, and then we can push this white locking tab back in place, and then we can put the pan on. So he's installing the new Mechatronics connector sealing sleeve, and you see this little plastic tab sticking out. The way I'm holding it right now, it's at the 12 o'clock position. When you reinstall this, you want to make sure this plastic tab lines up inside the transmission housing perfectly when you push it back in, because that is what helps align the connector to slide back into this sealing sleeve and lets it lock into place properly.
You can feel it when you first put it in, like you push it in and feel a little bit of resistance, and then you rotate it and you'll feel that tab drop in.
Okay, so my phone's about to die, so I lost the flash, but he's getting that sealing sleeve pushed in. Make sure you lubricate the O-rings, it'll make installation so much easier. So the sealing sleeve takes quite a bit of persuasion to get pushed into place. So now we're starting the connector, and remember it had that locking tab right up there. And once it's in place, you just push the locking tab down and that locks it in.
And then your white tab on the bottom.
We'll push the white tab in at the bottom. Just like that. So here's the new transmission pan. You can see I've already lubricated the O-ring, and I want to snap this in place and bolt on this transmission pan. So he's finishing up putting on the transmission pan, and once that's on, you can go ahead and reinstall the transmission cross member as well. Once everything's bolted up, you can go ahead and start filling the new transmission pan with fluid with the vehicle off and cold until fluid starts running out from the fill port. And once that happens, go ahead and cap off the fill port and get the transmission temp up to 30 degrees Celsius. So you have to start the vehicle, and once you reach that target temperature, you go back underneath the vehicle, take the fill port back off, and keep filling it until fluid comes back out of the fill port. And once it does, you're finished. Go ahead and cap it off, and that's pretty much it for this entire Mechatronics refresh. So as always guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.